You hold JP Morgan down 11% in the course of the last week only, despite numbers not being too bad.
Yeah, Goldman Sachs is down about 11% too. I think what's interesting about the banks now, yes, they're cheap, but they've always been cheap for a very long time. The problem is they don't have those loan loss reserves to drop to the bottom line and shock us all with profits that are 80% higher than what was expected. That part is played out. They're going to need to hold those loan loss reserves, especially if we see any issues start to rear their ugly heads in the credit markets, which have not happened yet. But I don't think that the banks can do with their earnings, their loan loss reserve cookie jar, what they have been able to do in 21. And so that realization is settling on people. Doesn't mean they're bad investments. I think they're good investments. I'd be a buyer here, stay with JP Morgan. I'm on Berkshire, which looks much better year to date, but the same idea roughly. But I think what's remarkable is that with a bank stock, you're still making a bet on the economy and the consumer. The retail ETF, XRT, is already down 25% from its high. The XHB, the home builders ETF, is already at a 15% drawdown. Like, we're not in the same place that we were in from a consumer sentiment standpoint just 6 months ago. And I think that
thank you for the likes and thank you for the follows, guys.
And again,
appreciate it.
It's early in that process.
Nasdaq's now down almost a full percent, more than 0.75% for the S&P 500. So losses picking up. SoFi shares, though, are soaring today after winning approval to become a bank. Kate Rooney with the details. Boy, has this business changed, Kate?
Absolutely, Sarah. Yeah, the Federal Reserve and OCC approving SoFi's bid to become a bank holding company. Shares popping double digits following that news last night. This is part of SoFi's planned acquisition of a small California lender, Golden Pacific, that's expected to close in a couple of weeks. And by becoming a bank,
thank you very much for the likes, and thank you for the follow.
And lowers the cost of capital. As Wedbush puts it, the bank charter should boost SoFi's earnings by roughly $200 million to $300 million annually for the next couple of years. The stock is still one of the biggest laggers among the fintech group. It's still down double digits for the year. Guys.
Kate Rooney, Kate, thank you. And don't miss SoFi CEO on Mad Money with Jim Cramer tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Mike, investors see this as a bit of a game changer, clearing this key regulatory hurdle. How does the stock look?
Yeah, well, it's bouncing hard up to a 50%.
I've lost a lot of money on SoFi stock.
Obviously, it's coming off pretty depressed levels. It really did trade with the pure fintech group. It's a strategy. It's a call, right? It's not as if we didn't know if SoFi could qualify to becoming a bank holding company. It's more about, did they decide to allocate the capital in a certain way and clear the hurdles, and they have done that. And it will probably have a better bottom line effect, a little bit of a more efficient model. It does underscore the idea, though, that fintech is doing.
Thank you for the likes, guys, and thank you for the follow.
In a slightly different way, as opposed to really being a new and revolutionary, business. So I think it distinguishes them a little bit from some of the other sort of quote quasi or neo banks, but ultimately, puts them in the game with the legacy guys.
We are at session lows, by the way. The last 10-15 minutes of the session has been fairly negative. The Nasdaq's now down more than 1%. Let's touch Ford, though. It's one of the biggest losers in the S&P 500. Phil LeBeau has
every day it's down.
Well, rough day for Ford. Remember, just a week ago, this stock was trading over $25 a share. It was at a high that it hadn't seen since, I think, 2001. Well, it's changed. A lot changed today. Stock down more than 7%. Why? They announced Q4 charges after the bell yesterday. We're not going to go through all of them, but they included $1.7 billion for restructuring debt, making their estimates for the fourth quarter and full year. Anything EV stock right now?
I am bleeding. How you doing?
What's happening? My internet's back up, so doing all right.
Lost a lot of money today.
On what, Tesla?
Ford. I had a lot of Ford. I mean, I haven't lost money on Ford, but I'm taking profits. I'm just closing out. I'm not going to keep holding it. Hello.
Hello.
How we doing?
Canabrewski.
As long as y'all can hear me.
Yeah, when Canabrewski comes on, there's almost like this staticky sound on the like this background noise or something.
They did it very hard, or if you want to save money, the best deal is skull candies at Walmart. They're $80. They're really good. $80. They have 4 mics on them too. Still not the thing. Yeah.
And now you sound really
You
muffled.
sound like it sounds. I can hear non-fungible.
You can hear him? Just reconnect, maybe.
I can hear non-fungible, and then you sound like you're in a soup can.
Yeah, you're muffled.
I'm muffled.
Yellow Bitcoin's muffled.
Oh yeah, this is my. That's why.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you all hear me like this?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You sound fine.
Yeah. This is my.
All right, I can hear YOLO now.
Yeah, and he's like Tesla's under 1,000. I might have to buy some Tesla.
There's some good buys on crypto too today.
What are you looking at?
Some more quant.
Yeah, I got a bit of that.
Solana's going under 130. It's beginning to crash.
Maybe under 110, I still won't buy.
Under $100?
Yeah, then I would.
Everyone has a price. Good to know.
Yeah, there's very little support at quant at around $125 to $128. If it falls below that, then I'll double my current bag. So
no. Yeah, I have a little quant. I bought it way back in the day. I'm just not gonna sell it. I'm gonna ride it to the moon. So I got a too.
I've got a video game one, a metaverse play that I'm up $4,600 on.
Wow. But you gotta take profit.
I did.
Oh,
I took 90%. This is my moon bag at 10% that I just left.
So when you take profits, what do you normally convert it to?
This one was converted to AVAX originally. And then I have a break point on AVAX, and then once it falls below $100, then I convert it to USDT as soon as possible.
Yeah. I prefer USDC. I hate Tether.
It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Well, you get higher interest, and if you're just holding it for like a month or two, there's no risk. It's for, holding it long term.
UST, that's a good one. On Terra Luna, UST, that's a good stable coin.
I think good things, yeah. That's awesome.
You see the president's talking. Man, I thought it was a different president compared to his normal speeches, and he's actually taking questions.
Wow, they must have given him like a shot or something, They gave him some Adderall. Because I think that's what Trump was on. Trump was on Adderall when he was talking.
He was on Big Macs and Diet Coke.
There you go.
Exactly. Annie's asking, should I buy NVIDIA? I say yes. I think NVIDIA is an easy money stock. It's crashing, though, right now.
NVIDIA is a great one.
Yeah. It's at 250. I mean, it could go down to 200. I'd still be buying.
Man, 240 would even be a good one.
Say that one more time.
240 wouldn't even be a bad one for NVIDIA.
Okay, Annie, set 2 prices. She's like, I need to buy 2 shares. No, buy one at like 250 and then buy one at 240. Set 2 prices.
Yeah,
this is like
DCA.
The more prices you set, the safer you are, because you got to have money to buy each level. She bought like 2 Tesla at once, and I'm like, Annie, why are you doing that? Just buy in layers. Like, don't drop $2,000 on one transaction. But that's how Annie does it.
Did Cardano jump over Solana in market cap in the past couple days?
No, is it crashing?
I'm looking right now. I'm trying to see.
No, Cardano's supposed to be picking up speed again because of Sunday swap.
No, it crashed already. I sold some at 144 and now it's at like 134. Cardano. I had at 1.3 thousand Cardano. I'm selling it all the way down to 1,000. And then I have like an original Cardano investment of like 20,000 Cardano. But I paid nothing for that 20,000. So I just hold that and stake it. But I actually lost money because my average price on my 3,000 Cardano, I thought I was getting a good price. It was like 154. And I sold most of it under 150. No, don't sell. But maybe take a little money, take a little profit. But I'd hold most of your TSM. That's Taiwan Semiconductor. Now TikTok will not, show this live. But yeah, TSM's a great company. Yeah, Biden looks really here. I'm gonna change it so you guys can hear him. You guys hear that? Let's change it.
Everything from clean water, removing lead pipes, that every American can turn on.
He's still making a lot of mistakes.
Oh yeah, the gaps will still continue, but
the internet available to every American.
We need to put an age limit. Let me pause it and rant. Like there should be an age limit. If you're gonna ban 35-year-olds from running for president, I say you double it. No 70-year-old should be able to run for president. Like as long as you're under 70, you can run. What do you guys think?
I agree.
I mean, it would be nice to do the same thing with politicians and senators too. If we don't do term limits, like I prefer term limits, but if you don't want to do term limits, there for sure should be an age limit. In fact, I think an age limit is better than term limits. So, like, if you're young enough, you should be able to run. But
what age did you say though?
I think all politicians at 70. At 70, you got to let other people do it. Like, you're hurting our country. We need to train the next generation. We can't have a bunch of 70 and 80-year-olds, holding on to power and not giving the opportunity to the next generation.
Yeah, that is what we have basically.
Right now. Yeah, because it's really corrupt. I mean, basically the super corrupt people stay in power for a really long time and they don't give an opportunity because like usually the people that have been in power less, long are less corrupt, but system doesn't support that. All right, let's go back to Biden. Let's hear him. Let's hear the gaffes.
We're also increasing testing. Should we have done more testing earlier? Yes.
YOLO, we play live.
No, I'm not playing it live. It's so I can fast forward the commercials. Do you want me to go live?
No, you'll get to some of the questions were great.
You want me to fast forward to the questions where he like totally bombs it?
He doesn't actually. I mean, he's really, really alert today, which is weird.
Okay, let's see the questions. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Never takes questions. That's what's weird. You know what I'm saying? Normally walks off.
I'm telling you, they gave him like some cocaine, some PCP. They gave him some like cocktail that's got him on like he's back to like 50 years old.
There's a lot of things that people don't understand what's all that's in it. Understanding. Remember when we passed the Affordable Care Act, and everybody thought that nobody was getting pummeled in the budget after out of office, and that campaign, that office campaign, and
I don't know, man. He still looks like classic Biden to me. Let's see the questions.
Get something done on the election reform side. But rather than judge what's going to get done and not get done, all I can say is I'm going to continue to make the case Blackstone Court to not turn the electoral process over to political persons who are set up deliberately to change the outcome of elections. Allison Harris.
calling them out by name rather than them with their hands.
If this isn't passed, do you still believe the upcoming election will be fairly conducted and its results will be legitimate?
Well, it all depends on whether or not we're able to make.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I think all elections are kind of a scam as long as it's not like an open, transparent blockchain. Like the whole paper-based, and they don't let us, like there's no way we know if our votes are counted, right? So I would argue even right now, it could be like the election is not as transparent as it could be with technology. What do you guys think?
No, it'll never be. They'll keep
Exactly. But yeah, I feel like with technology, maybe in like 50 years, people will get upset enough. And like I said, we got to take away the power from from the bureaucrats. Like it should be more of an open democracy where we get to vote on some of this stuff. I mean, like it's just certain simple things. It should be more of a direct democracy. And I know California will do that, right? For like, that's how we got weed legalized. It just made it like a ballot initiative. Like politicians should not be picking everything for us.
And on Omicron and education, teachers are in revolt in so many places. Parents are at odds over closing schools and remote learning. You say we're not going to go back to closing schools. You said that just moments ago. Yet they're closing in some areas. What do you say to those teachers and principals and parents about school closings? And what can your administration do to help?
What do you guys think of AMD, man? AMD is getting cheap too.
AMD?
Oh my God, Uber's getting crushed. I should have sold more Uber. Ugh.
I'm not the biggest fan of Uber.
Say that one more time.
I'm not the biggest fan of Uber.
Oh, WeWork. Yeah, I have been selling out of that. PayPal's getting crushed too.
Number one. Number two, the idea that parents don't think it's important for their children to be in school, and teachers know it as well. That's why we made sure that we had the ability to provide the funding through the Recovery Act, through the act, the first act we passed, to be able to make sure schools were able to be safe. So we have the ventilation systems available for them. We have the way they they scrub down laboratories. The laboratories kids go to the bathroom, cafeterias, buses, etc. All that money's there. There's $billions being available. It's there. Not every school district has used it as well as it should use, but it's there. And so, in addition to that, there is now another $10 billion for testing of students in the schools. So I think as time goes on, it's much more likely you're going to see that number go back up from 95%, back up to 98, 99%. But the outfit, the individuals in the district that says we're not going to be open, is always going to get, I'm not being critical of any of you, it's always going to get front page. It's always going to be the top of the news. Let's put it in perspective. 95, as high as 98% of the schools in America.
Oh, we got Chief in the house. You want to jump on, Chief? Let me shoot him an invite.
Who?
Chief from earlier this morning. Oh, he's not available to go live.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Chief, it'd be better if you host, man. I don't mind jumping on your live. I think it might be better if you want to go live and we'll jump on your live stream. I think you'll get more than 6 people.
Well, as soon as you put your feet on camera, we lost 3 people.
What's up?
I said, as soon as you put your feet on camera, we lost 3 people.
Okay, hey, so Chief, I think Chief is going to go live. So let me end my live stream and let's just go on his live and let him host. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Jump on his live. All right, bye-bye.